Welcome to Silent Secrets, the place where truth meets clarity and where we uncover what most men never understand about attraction. Most men walk through life blind to the subtle language of attraction. They chase words, compliments, and promises, yet ignore the quiet truth that women communicate not through what they say, but through what they show. You see, attraction isn't logical. It's instinctive. It's that silent spark in the air, that invisible pull between two energies that can't be explained, only felt. When a woman feels drawn to a man, she rarely says it outright. Instead, her body, her tone, her presence begin to shift around him. But because most men never learn to see, they miss these signs entirely. They overthink, overtalk, and overchase, killing the very desire they hope to build. Attraction isn't built through effort, it's built through awareness. And today you'll learn how to see what others can't. In this video, I'll reveal the 10 hidden signs a woman is secretly attracted to you. Signs so subtle most men never notice them. By the end, you'll understand how attraction truly works, not through words, but through energy, confidence, and presence. Let's begin. 1. Her eyes speak louder than her words. A woman's eyes will always tell you the truth long before her mouth ever does. You can fake a smile, force a laugh, or act polite. But the eyes, they don't lie. When she's attracted, her gaze will hold longer than normal. It won't just glance. It lingers. You'll notice her pupils subtly widen when you talk. Her focus shifts between your eyes and your lips. Not because she is analyzing what you say, but because she's feeling something she can't quite describe. Sometimes, it's not about direct eye contact. It's about stolen glances. She looks when she thinks you won't notice, then looks away quickly when you catch her. That nervous little retreat isn't disinterest. It's energy too strong to hold. But here's where most men fail. The moment they notice a look, they rush in, break the tension, start chasing. That ruins it. The key is calmness. When you hold her gaze without flinching, without neediness, you show presence. Presence breeds attraction because it communicates power without words. So remember this. Her eyes might not confess what her mouth won't say, but if you look closely, they'll tell you everything you need to know. 2. Her energy shifts. When you're around attraction isn't just visual, it's energetic. When you walk into a room and her mood subtly changes, that's a sign. Maybe she becomes more playful. Maybe she laughs louder. Maybe she fidgets or adjusts her hair. That's not coincidence. It's her energy tuning itself to yours. You see, women don't consciously decide to act attracted. Their instincts take over. If she suddenly finds a reason to talk to you when she was quiet before, if she mirrors your mood, or if her friends glance at her when you arrive, she's feeling something. Energy doesn't lie. Most men ignore it because it's not tangible. But attraction is felt, not spoken. When you sense her atmosphere brighten, soften, or stir when you're near, trust it. Your job isn't to point it out or call attention to it. It's to stay grounded in your own energy. When you remain unshaken while her energy shifts, she subconsciously feels that you're the anchor in the room. That's what makes attraction deepen. 3. She finds subtle ways to be close. When attraction grows, proximity follows. She'll start showing up near you, sometimes with an excuse, sometimes without one. Maybe she takes the seat next to you instead of across. Maybe she accidentally walks the same route. Or maybe she lingers a few seconds longer after everyone else leaves. These are not random. These are instincts seeking connection. You don't have to fill the silence or overanalyze. Just notice the effort she makes. When a woman chooses proximity, she's telling you that being near you feels good. And here's the secret most men miss. It's not your job to reward her for it. It is your job to stay composed, to let her feel that calm pull of being around someone who doesn't need to chase. The more she chooses your presence voluntarily, the deeper that attraction anchors into her mind, because she's no longer around you by accident. She's around you by instinct. 4. Her voice softens around you. When attraction enters the room, tone shifts. A woman's voice becomes slightly softer, warmer, sometimes even melodic, when she talks to a man she's drawn to. It's not something she plans. It's nature adjusting the frequency of communication. Listen closely. Does her voice drop slightly in pitch? Does she laugh more easily around you? Does she draw out your name with a little warmth in her tone? These are subtle but powerful signs. On the other hand, if her voice stays flat, rushed, or purely formal, she's in control. There's no spark. But when she starts speaking with rhythm, when her tone dances between confidence and curiosity, she's opening an emotional doorway. Your role? Don't interrupt it with overexcitement. Let the music play. A calm man who listens deeply amplifies that attraction, because to her, it feels safe. And safety, mixed with mystery, is what turns attraction into longing. 5. Her body mirrors. Your psychologists call it mirroring, the subconscious imitation of another person's movements or tone. When two people are connected, their bodies sync like reflections. Notice if she matches your posture. If you lean back, does she lean back? If you cross your arms or sip your drink, does she unconsciously do the same seconds later? That's not imitation. It's chemistry. Her body is aligning with yours because her mind feels aligned with you. This mirroring creates comfort and belonging. It silently tells her that your rhythm feels right. But here's the key. The moment you notice it, don't break it by acting impressed or joking about it. Stay in your frame. Because every second she unconsciously mirrors you, she's reinforcing her internal connection, convincing herself that she feels understood around you. That's the psychological seed of obsession. Jealousy is rarely loud. Sometimes it's hidden in questions, glances, or playful teasing. If she's attracted, she'll notice when your attention shifts, and she won't like it. Maybe she suddenly gets quiet when another woman joins the conversation. Maybe she asks casually, "So who was that?" Or maybe she teases you about someone else, masking curiosity with humor. That's not coincidence. That's her emotional investment revealing itself. The mistake many men make is rushing to reassure her. "Don't worry, we're just friends." That removes the tension that fuels desire. The smarter move is to stay calm, even playful, but not defensive. Show through your tone that you're not desperate for approval. That mystery keeps her hooked, because she's now emotionally involved. A woman who's indifferent never cares who has your attention. A woman who, as attracted, will silently compete for it, even if she hides it behind jokes. 7. She opens up beyond surface talk. Attraction isn't only physical, it's emotional safety. When she feels drawn to you, she starts to open small windows into her private world. She'll tell you little personal stories about her dreams, struggles, childhood memories, or what scares her. She may start sentences with, "I don't usually tell people this," or, "I feel like I can be myself around you." That's not random conversation. That's trust wrapped in curiosity. Most men ruin this by interrupting or oversharing to impress her. But attraction grows not when you speak more. It grows when you listen better. Let her talk. Let her feel heard. When you respond calmly, without judgment, she associates emotional safety with your presence. Once she connects comfort and attraction, she's no longer thinking logically. She's emotionally invested. And when a woman invests emotionally, her attraction transforms into attachment. 8. She finds reasons to compliment you, even subtly. Not all compliments sound direct. Sometimes they're disguised as observations. "You're always so calm." "You have a nice vibe." "I feel like you're different from most guys." These aren't casual words. They're tiny admissions of admiration. When she feels attraction, she looks for reasons to validate it. So she'll notice small things, your scent, your presence, your sense of humor, even your focus, and mention them as if she's analyzing, not confessing. What matters is how she says it. A compliment with emotional tone carries curiosity, a desire to connect. A neutral one is just politeness. When you hear it, don't act overly grateful or surprised. Smile slightly, acknowledge it, and move on. That emotional restraint multiplies your perceived value, because attraction thrives on curiosity, not confirmation. 9. She tries to impress you without admitting it. Watch what happens when she's around you in a group. Does she suddenly become more expressive, more animated, more engaged in conversation? Does she subtly adjust her hair, posture, or laugh at things she might not find funny otherwise? That's her instinct trying to stand out without looking obvious. Humans naturally showcase themselves to those they're drawn to. For women, this often looks like subconscious self-presentation, highlighting their best energy without saying it aloud. It might even come through effort. She starts dressing a bit differently, talking about things that interest you, or finding ways to show she's capable, creative, or kind. None of that is coincidence. The secret is to let her effort breathe. Don't comment on every little thing, just appreciate it silently, because the more effort she invests to impress you, the more her mind connects her own behavior with the desire to win your attention. And that's what creates emotional momentum. 10. Her absence feels loud. This final sign is the most powerful and the most overlooked. When a woman is truly attracted, even silence speaks. If she goes quiet for a day, and you sense that you both notice it, that tension in absence, that S connection. When she starts expecting your messages, missing your presence, or reacting differently when you don a text right away, that S attraction turning into mental attachment. But remember, you don't create this feeling by manipulating or ignoring. You create it by being consistent, calm, and scarce enough for her to feel your value. Attraction fades when it's flooded with constant availability. It grows when it ES balanced with space, when she has just enough uncertainty to keep her thinking. That's why the most magnetic men are not the loudest. They're the ones who understand the rhythm between presence and distance. When she starts missing your energy more than your words, she's no longer just attracted. She's attached. Closing, the art of awareness. Now that you know the truth, everything changes. Attraction isn't a game to win, it's a rhythm to understand. You've seen the 10 signs. Her eyes, her energy, her closeness, her tone, her mirroring, her quiet jealousy, her openness, her compliments, her effort, and finally, her response to absence. Each one is a small window into her emotions, and when combined, they tell you the full story. Most men never see these things because they're too busy chasing validation. But the man who observes calmly, who stays grounded in his own value, always wins quietly. Because attraction isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. So next time you're with a woman, stop listening only to her words. Feel her energy. Watch her movements. Notice her tone. You'll start to see what others don't. The hidden world behind her actions. And once you can see it, you'll never be confused again. Because true attraction doesn't need to be forced. It only needs to be recognized. If you found this eye-opening, remember, awareness is power. And power, when used with patience and respect, creates connection beyond words. This is Silent Secrets, where men stop chasing and start understanding. Stay calm, stay aware, and as always, keep your silence powerful.